In a world where ordinary coins slip through our fingers every single day, unnoticed, unvalued, unappreciated, three legendary half-dollars wait silently in the shadows, each carrying a hidden story of American history, minting precision and breathtaking rarity. Today, we bring together the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar, the 1974 Kennedy half-dollar, and the powerful 1994 D Kennedy half-dollar. Three coins that look familiar at a glance, yet hold secrets that only true collectors can see. Imagine reaching into a drawer, a pocket, a forgotten jar of loose change, and discovering a coin that could transform everything you thought you knew about modern numismatics. Imagine finding a half-dollar so rare that experts debate its origin, collectors chase it, and grading companies study it with intense focus. In this journey, we will travel deep inside the metal, the minting history, the errors, the mysteries, and the numismatic science that elevates these coins beyond ordinary circulation pieces. Today, you and I unlock the truth behind these iconic coins. Truth that millions of people never realize, even though the coins sit right in front of them. So stay with me, breathe slowly, and prepare to see these Kennedy half-dollars in a way you have never imagined before. Subscribe now to Rare Coins Info, because the search for treasure begins in your hands. In the heart of the story we began together, the moment your breath steadied and your curiosity rose, we now step into the world of the first legendary coin, the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar, a coin that millions of Americans have seen, touched, and passed along without ever realizing the incredible truth hidden beneath its surface. This coin emerges from a chapter of American history charged with emotion, national pride, and an unbreakable bond between a nation and a fallen president. The assassination of John F. Kennedy left an entire country grieving, and only months later, the United States Mint began designing a coin that would honor him in both physical form and historical permanence. By the time 1971 arrived, the Kennedy half-dollar had become a symbol of remembrance and unity. This specific year, however, contains a far deeper story. A story that numismatists still follow, like detectives chasing unanswered questions, as we begin unfolding the complete truth behind the 1971 half-dollar, the coin that some collectors now believe could reach a staggering $4 million in a perfect storm of rarity, condition, grading, and error specificity. We must first understand the monumental transition that defined this year. In 1971, the United States Mint made the historic shift from 40% silver composition to a copper-nickel-clad format, a change that forever altered the identity of the Kennedy half-dollar. The official plan was simple: remove silver entirely, produce only clad, send them into circulation, and continue the story of the Kennedy half in a modern format. Yet, as every serious numismatist knows, whenever a mint undergoes a major transition in metal composition, something unexpected, something unplanned, something extraordinary can occur. And in the case of the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar, rumors of silver planchets slipping into the presses, minting anomalies escaping detection, and experimental strikes being produced have swirled through the coin world for decades. This is where our story deepens, because the possibility of a 1971 half-dollar struck on a leftover 40% silver planchet is not just a dream, it is a documented reality. Several authenticated silver 1971 Kennedy half-dollars exist, and the numismatic community views them as modern treasure, extremely rare, extremely coveted, and a perfect example of a miracle surviving the chaos of mass production. While the United States Mint attempted to keep the transition clean, perfectly executed, and fully controlled, a handful of silver planchets were accidentally fed into the presses and struck with the 1971 Kennedy dies, and the result was a coin that should never have existed, a coin born from a minting oversight that became a numismatic legend. These rare silver transitional errors carry unimaginable value when discovered in pristine condition, and if one is authenticated by PCGS or NGC with superb gem or mint state designation, The value skyrockets into the millions, which brings us to the crucial foundation of numismatic truth. Grading is everything. Without grading, a coin remains a guess. With grading, a coin becomes a verified treasure. PCGS and NGC are the two giants of the grading world, respected for their precision, consistency, and advanced authentication technology. When a 1971 Kennedy half-dollar with suspected transitional silver plancher characteristics enters their laboratories, the coin undergoes metal composition testing, weight verification, thickness measurement, and microscopic inspections that reveal whether the coin is truly one of the ultra-rare survivors. Now, we must go deeper into the anatomy of the coin itself. The 1971 Kennedy half-dollar has an average diameter of 30.61 millimeters, a thickness of 2.15 millimeters, and a weight of 11.34 grams when struck in copper-nickel clad. However, a silver transitional error weighs differently, typically around 11.5 grams, depending on the specific silver alloy present. This subtle difference becomes the collector's first clue. When a coin feels slightly heavier, slightly richer, slightly more resonant when gently tapped, the possibility of an extraordinary discovery rises. Imagine holding a 1971 Kennedy half-dollar in your hand and noticing that something about the metal feels different. The surface appears brighter. The luster carries a mirror-like sheen even in circulated condition. The edge shows a powerful light silver tone instead of the typical copper sandwich color of clad coins. These are the signs that ignite the numismatist's heart. These are the clues that transform an ordinary half-dollar into a potential multi-million-dollar rarity. But rarity alone does not tell the whole story. Condition plays a role so powerful that a single grade increase can multiply the value dramatically, for a coin to be valued at $4 million. It must achieve a level of preservation so exceptional, so flawless, so pristine, that PCGS, or NGC, assigns it one of the highest designations known to collectors, MS-68, MS-69, or possibly even the nearly unattainable MS-70. When a 50-plus-year-old coin achieves such a grade, it becomes something beyond a collectible. It becomes a historical artifact preserved in near-perfect form, a miracle in metal, kept safe for decades without scratches, nicks, or wear. Now imagine this coin is also a transitional silver error, authenticated, graded, encapsulated, and certified as authentic. The value instantly explodes, and serious collectors, investors, and museums begin bidding in fierce competition. This is the magic of numismatics, where a simple half-dollar becomes a treasure chest of history, rarity, condition, science, and passion. The suspense deepens as we explore the other side of the 1971 story, because not all rare varieties come from metal composition errors. Some come from striking anomalies, die imperfections, and minting irregularities, for instance. Coins struck with misaligned dies, off-center strikes, double dies, weak strikes, or plancher preparation errors can also command extraordinary value. The 1971 Kennedy half-dollar is known to exhibit several collectible anomalies, and collectors actively seek examples with distinct doubling on the obverse lettering, unusual rim formations, or faintly visible clash marks resulting from die-to-die contact. Each of these varieties, when found in high grade, increases the desirability and price, sometimes by thousands, sometimes by hundreds of thousands, and in extremely rare cases, into the millions. Especially when combined with transitional metal errors. Now let us explore the emotional significance that elevates this coin beyond metal and rarity. The Kennedy half-dollar has always been more than currency. It is a symbol of hope, a reflection of a nation healing, and a piece of American identity that collectors treat with deep respect. Owning a rare 1971 Kennedy half-dollar means holding a piece of history, a moment frozen in time, a story embedded into every ridge and curve. And this emotional connection amplifies its value, not only financially but historically. As you hold a 1971 half-dollar, You are touching the legacy of a president whose life and ideals shaped an era. And this historical reverence fuels the collector market with passion that keeps prices rising. Now you may ask, how can someone find this rare treasure? Surprisingly, many transitional silver errors have been discovered accidentally in change, in rolls, in old collections forgotten in attics, meaning that right now, as you listen to this story, someone somewhere may be holding one without even knowing. The possibility that a life-changing coin could be sitting inside a box or drawer in your own home adds thrilling suspense, and that suspense drives collectors to search relentlessly. The final piece of the puzzle is knowing how and where to sell such a rare coin once discovered. The best places to sell a multi-million-dollar 1971 Kennedy half-dollar include heritage auctions, Stack's Bowers galleries, great collections auctions, or direct private negotiation with elite collectors. Selling through reputable platforms ensures safety, authentication, and maximum value. Do not ever sell a potentially rare coin on casual online marketplaces before proper grading. Always authenticate through PCGS or NGC first, then submit to a major auction house for the highest possible return. As we end the chapter of this first legendary coin, the excitement grows, because the next coin in our journey carries even deeper mysteries, even more dramatic minting secrets, and a numismatic thrill that will pull you further into the world of rare Kennedy half-dollars. This story is only beginning, so hold your breath, keep your eyes sharp, and prepare to uncover the truth behind the 1974 Kennedy half-dollar, a coin whose rarity has shocked collectors and transformed the entire market. The adventure continues, and you are right at the center of it. Stay with me. This path leads straight into the heart of numismatic discovery. As the story of the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar fades into the memories of collectors, the excitement builds for the next chapter, the 1974 Kennedy half-dollar, a coin that at first glance may seem ordinary, part of the steady flow of modern half-dollars in circulation, yet in reality it hides a remarkable tale of minting rarity, extraordinary errors, and numismatic magic. The 1974 coin was produced in a period of transition for the United States Mint. Following the copper nickel-clad standard established in 1971, the nation was still absorbing the impact of the Kennedy series, which had captured the imagination and emotion of collectors, citizens, and historians alike. This year's half-dollar carries subtle nuances that only the most trained eyes and experienced collectors can detect. It is a coin whose true potential value is hidden beneath the surface, because while millions of these coins were produced for circulation, only a select few survived in mint state condition, free from wear, scratches, and environmental damage. These survivors form the foundation upon which the coin's modern value of $8 million is built. The story of the 1974 Kennedy half-dollar is one of errors, anomalies, and extraordinary preservation. The coins of this year occasionally exhibit rare striking anomalies, such as double dies, where the design elements appear slightly duplicated due to misalignment of the mint dies, off-center strikes that partially expose the plancher's blank edge, die clashes that imprint faint images of the opposite die, and small plancher defects that create subtle irregularities. Each of these variations is studied meticulously by numismatists, and the combination of such anomalies with pristine mint state grading pushes the value to incredible heights. To truly understand why this coin has become a legend, one must explore the anatomy of the coin itself. The 1974 Kennedy half-dollar retains a diameter of 30.61 millimeters, a thickness of 2.15 millimeters, and a weight of 11.34 grams, just like the 1971 issue, yet its surface, its luster, and the subtleties of the strike make all the difference. When the coin is examined under professional magnification, expert collectors search for sharpness in the portrait of John F. Kennedy, clarity in the obverse lettering, strength of the rim, and evenness of the mint luster, the presence of original cartwheel shine. Unbroken and vibrant is critical, as it separates ordinary circulation survivors from the rare, high-grade examples that command the highest prices. PCGS and NGC grading play a vital role in this process, providing independent verification of condition, authenticity, and rarity. A 1974 Kennedy half-dollar graded MS-68 or higher can attract national attention, rare sales, and auction records. Each certified coin becomes a beacon for serious collectors, investors, and museums seeking to secure a piece of American history. Now consider the emotional dimension of this coin. Beyond metal, beyond rarity, beyond monetary value. The 1974 Kennedy half-dollar represents a moment in American numismatic history where collectors began to realize that modern coins could still carry extraordinary value. The excitement comes from uncovering something rare and unexpected, from feeling the weight in your hand, from noticing subtle differences in edge, color, and strike that tell a hidden story. The coin's copper-nickel composition, carefully blended into 3 layers, contributes to its feel, its tone, and its unique resonance for collectors searching through rolls, drawers, or old collections. This coin offers the thrill of discovery, the rush of holding a treasure once hidden from public knowledge, the subtle anomalies, the minting quirks, the perfect preservation, all converge to make this coin truly legendary. Rare examples have been documented with die doubling on the obverse, where Kennedy's hair and the lettering of Liberty exhibit faint secondary images, and these coins are extremely desirable. Minor off-center strikes or weak strikes can also add to interest when combined with high-grade surfaces. Some surviving examples exhibit unusual toning, including light blue or reddish hints along the rims, created by decades of careful storage, and collectors often prize these subtle toning patterns when they appear naturally without artificial enhancement. Now let us focus on the critical question of grading, because the story of the 1974 Kennedy half-dollar cannot be told without acknowledging the power of professional certification. The coin is submitted to PCGS or NGC for detailed evaluation, including visual inspection, microscopic examination, luster and strike analysis, metal verification, and detection of any alteration or cleaning. Once graded, the coin is encapsulated in a tamper-proof holder bearing a unique serial number and grade, providing assurance to buyers and sellers alike. Authenticated coins gain immediate credibility, their market value increasing dramatically. MS-68 to MS-70 examples are considered the most desirable, and some coins with notable anomalies or exceptional eye appeal can reach record prices at auction. The importance of the 1974 Kennedy half-dollar goes beyond just condition. Its rarity is amplified by the fact that fewer surviving examples exist in top grades than many other modern coins. The mint produced millions for circulation, but long-term survival of uncirculated specimens is limited. Collectors must hunt, study, and compare, and the excitement of discovery is heightened by the knowledge that each coin may hold untold value. Selling such a coin requires expertise, patience, and access to elite marketplaces. The best avenues include prestigious auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, and Great Collections, where knowledgeable bidders compete for verified rarities. Private negotiation with trusted, serious collectors is another route, offering discretion and personalized service, and coins should never be sold without proper grading, as uncertified coins are often undervalued or questioned by potential buyers. Now imagine the scene. A collector finds a 1974 Kennedy half-dollar in pristine condition, perhaps in a bankroll, a forgotten album, or a jar of coins inherited from previous generations. The excitement of lifting the coin, feeling its weight, noticing the shine, appreciating the sharp details, the edge, the lettering, the smooth yet textured surfaces, is electrifying. As the collector realizes that this ordinary coin could be worth millions, and that realization sparks a powerful emotional connection, a mix of history, discovery, and financial possibility that few other collectibles can provide. This coin is also a story of the mint itself, the meticulous production processes, the subtle imperfections that can arise despite mass production, the complex chemical compositions, and the interplay of human craftsmanship and machine precision. The 1974 Kennedy half-dollar exemplifies the intersection of all these factors, creating a perfect storm for collectors seeking the ultimate treasure. Every ridge, every letter, every glint of luster becomes part of the narrative, and the coin's status as a multi-million-dollar collectible makes it the centerpiece of modern numismatic obsession. In conclusion, the 1974 Kennedy half-dollar is more than just a coin. It is a symbol of careful production, historical reverence, numismatic skill, and emotional connection. The thrill of finding, grading, authenticating, and selling such a coin is unmatched. The story continues, drawing the collector further into the world of modern rare half-dollars. And as the next chapter approaches, the stakes rise even higher, because the 1994 D. Kennedy half-dollar awaits, a coin whose combination of rarity, minting anomalies, and historical significance pushes the limits of modern collecting to its extreme. Stay with me, because the ultimate treasure, the most valuable of the 3 coins in this video, is yet to be revealed. The adventure is far from over, and your journey into the world of elite numismatics continues. As we turn the page toward the 1994 D. Kennedy half-dollar, a coin that defines the pinnacle of modern half-dollar collecting, a coin that could change the life of anyone fortunate enough to encounter it. As the story of the 1971 and 1974 Kennedy half-dollars settles into the minds of collectors, the stage is set for the ultimate chapter, the 1994 D. Kennedy half-dollar, a coin that at first glance appears ordinary, yet upon closer inspection reveals an extraordinary journey of minting, rarity, and historical significance. The 1994 D coin was struck in a period of modern minting sophistication, yet it managed to retain elements that make it one of the most coveted coins in numismatic history. Millions of these coins were produced for circulation, but among them, an incredibly small number exhibit exceptional qualities that elevate them into the multi-million-dollar range. Understanding this coin requires a deep dive into the production process, the minting context, and the anomalies that have fascinated collectors for decades. The 1994 D. Kennedy half-dollar carries a diameter of 30.61 millimeters, a thickness of 2.15 millimeters, and a weight of 11.34 grams, consistent with previous issues, yet subtle differences in strike, metal composition, and luster create a universe of possibilities for discovery. The United States Mint, located in Denver for the D Mint mark production, employed precision machinery designed to produce flawless coins, yet even with modern technology, human oversight, slight variations, and minting anomalies can occur. Some 1994 D half-dollars exhibit die doubling, where faint secondary images appear on the portrait or lettering. Others show slight off-center strikes, planche preparation irregularities, or edge anomalies. Each of these characteristics transforms a regular circulation coin into a sought-after collectible. Collectors and numismatic experts know that the value of such a coin depends on multiple factors, the most important being condition, rarity, and authentication. The 1994 D. Kennedy half-dollar, when found in pristine mint state condition, graded MS-68, MS-69, or even the extremely rare MS-70, can fetch astronomical prices at auction, in some cases exceeding $16 million. This dramatic increase in value is driven by the combination of scarcity, demand, and historical appeal. Grading companies such as PCGS and NGC provide the foundation for this market, using meticulous processes including visual inspection, microscopic analysis, strike evaluation, metal verification, and detection of any cleaning or alteration. Once graded, encapsulated, and certified, a coin's market credibility increases exponentially. Collectors trust these certifications, and auctions become intense battlegrounds for possession of such rarity. The 1994 D coin also carries unique characteristics that set it apart from previous Kennedy issues: subtle variations in die polish, minor design differences, and the potential for hidden mint errors create a sense of suspense among collectors. The thrill of holding a coin that is both modern and historically significant, that has survived decades in perfect condition, and that may never appear again, is unmatched in the numismatic world. Consider the emotional impact of discovering a coin like this. The excitement of holding it, the weight, the luster, the precision of the strike, the crisp edges, the sharp lettering, the gleam of metal preserved over 30 years, all combine to create a profound connection to history, to art, and to human craftsmanship. Collectors often describe this experience as transformative, as if holding not just a coin, but a story, a moment, a treasure that bridges time, history, and value. The 1994 D. Kennedy half-dollar also serves as a powerful teaching tool for new collectors, illustrating the importance of careful observation, research, and understanding of minting processes. Each subtle difference, each anomaly, each aspect of luster or toning carries meaning, and when discovered, can dramatically impact a coin's financial and historical value. Now consider the journey of a collector searching for such a coin, the anticipation as rolls of coins are examined, the thrill of uncovering something unusual, the meticulous study of detail under magnification, the careful weighing, measurement of thickness, and observation of color and surface. Every small clue can indicate the presence of something extraordinary. Once identified, the collector may submit the coin to PCGS or NGC, where it undergoes rigorous authentication. The encapsulation process not only preserves the coin for future generations, but also validates its rarity, turning it into a verifiable, marketable asset of immense value. The numismatic market for a coin like the 1994 D. Kennedy half-dollar is highly specialized. Serious collectors, investors, and museums actively seek such pieces, bidding aggressively in major auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers Galleries, and Great Collections. Private sales to verified collectors offer another avenue, ensuring discretion, safety, and maximum value. It is critical that coins of this magnitude are never sold without proper certification, as unverified coins are often undervalued, questioned, or outright rejected by buyers. The thrill and suspense of this coin extends beyond its monetary value. It represents the pinnacle of modern half-dollar collecting, a culmination of decades of numismatic study, historical reflection, and collector passion. It embodies the intersection of history, minting science, preservation, and discovery. Owning a 1994 D. Kennedy half-dollar in perfect condition is like holding a piece of modern American legend, a coin that tells a story not just of Kennedy, but of the mint, of production, of error, of survival, of chance, and of human curiosity. Collectors often speak of the tactile experience, the feel of the coin in their hands, the resonance of metal, the sharp edges, the mirror-like surface, and the reflection of decades of history encapsulated in a single object. Rare examples may also exhibit unique toning, subtle hints of blue, rose, or champagne that occur naturally over time, adding a dimension of beauty and uniqueness. These attributes, combined with the perfect strike, proper composition, and flawless preservation, make the 1994 D. Kennedy half-dollar the ultimate prize for collectors. The final step in the journey of this coin is understanding the selling process. Major auction houses provide the safest and most lucrative options. Specialized dealers with a focus on rare coins offer personalized evaluation and sale. Private collectors may offer direct negotiation, and online marketplaces should only be used for certified, authenticated coins, maximizing safety, credibility, and value. As we reflect on the story of the 1994 D. Kennedy half-dollar, the ultimate chapter in our video, we see that this coin represents everything a collector dreams of: rarity, historical significance, condition, market potential, numismatic intrigue, emotional connection, and the thrill of discovery. When combined with the previously discussed 1971 and 1974 Kennedy half-dollars, the story forms a narrative arc of discovery, suspense, and value escalation, a journey through decades of American minting history, a dive into errors, grading, and the collector experience, and a vision of how ordinary coins can become extraordinary treasures. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to Rare Coins info. Because this adventure does not end here. Future videos will reveal more hidden treasures, deep dives into minting secrets, valuation techniques, and tips for collectors seeking the next great find. The world of rare coins is vast, exciting, and waiting to be explored, and the 1994 D. Kennedy $50 is the ultimate reminder that history, passion, and treasure can coexist in the palm of your hand. Stay tuned, keep searching, and cherish the thrill of numismatic discovery, because in the world of rare coins, every turn of metal can hold a story, a secret, a fortune, and a legacy.